I was lucky enough to live to be beyond 65. And so immediately I was so happy I could go apply for Medicare.
We had been working with another insurance agency and we were not pleased at all. They never got back to us on the phone calls. They didn't explain things well. The person we were working with at the time would just shuffle pages looking for something he was looking for and never found it. And then we needed insurance, and insurance we do not understand. Don't pretend we understand. So one time I was at the YMCA and Ginny was talking to some people. I was eavesdropping and I understood that she did insurance, worked with insurance. And so we started talking and eventually made an appointment with her and love it.
Well, to review all of this, we weren't novices in the Medicare program to begin with. We have been in the program for a while. I think Ginny's input to us was bringing us up to date on where we should be in our coverage, what coverage was available to us that we were totally unaware of. Like being able to go to any doctor that we went to. We didn't have to stay in a network. We were in a network before that. And when I was introduced to Ginny initially through my wife, through the YMCA, she presented to us, based on our facts and what we were doing, a variety of coverages that would help us in the endeavors to cover ourselves well with insurance.
Well, I really didn't have too many questions. I just knew that financially it would be helpful. One of the reasons why I really never thought about questions is I've been very fortunate. I've been very, very healthy. So I didn't really know what to ask.
The coverage, for one thing, what they did cover, and that's one nice thing that Ginny did for us also, is the first thing she asked was, what are your doctors? What are your medications? So from there, it was very easy to break into the field with her explanations, and it was a go.
She outlined everything for us, gave us the benefits and the negatives, and eventually then led us down the path where we made what we felt was the best decision and is the best decision for us.
And up until that time, all I did was just get in touch with Blue Cross and Blue Shield, just called them. I never had an agent before, so I never even knew that there were such things as agents. I thought you just called a company and you said, I'd like to go on your program.
Ginny does a great job about that, explaining things. As I've said before, insurance is just something that we don't understand. I mean, not many people do, so when you have somebody that explains it to you, as well as Ginny does, then it makes it much more interesting and understandable.
What's great about Ginny is she can take any individual and talk to them in words that they understand. And what's even better is if you don't understand, she's willing to go back over them again until you do, and you fully understand where you're going, and she removes all those questions. And the other point is, if you do have a question after you've sat down with her, all you got to do is pick up a phone. And within the day, you will get a phone call back from Ginny answering your question. If she can't, I'll call you tomorrow with an answer. And that's the way it's always been.
I would regretted that I didn't know Ginny a long time ago, because she helped me with so many ways and answered so many questions. Of course, I'm much older now and I had a lot more questions to ask. But at the time, I just got into a program. So that's how it was different. It was different because I needed more help. And I was very fortunate that somebody told me about Ginny, and I was able to meet with her.
May I just say one thing here? We have friends at the Y. They were looking for new insurance. She was talking to somebody who knows where, not in the Cleveland area. She was on the phone for 6 hours the first time, 4 hours the second time. When all was said and done, they did not have their own doctors. He is starting with a bit of dementia, and the doctor that they had waited for months and months to see was not on the list that they could see.
I met her, very fortunately, through a friend. I asked a friend of mine who she used because I knew I would need more help than what I was getting, just because I was getting older and was worried about the future. And she said, I have a wonderful helper, I'm a wonderful agent. And she gave me Ginny's number, and that's how I called Ginny. And as soon as I met her, I was very much taken with her knowledge and her friendship.
Ginny gave me a card, business card with her number on it, and Bob and I talked about it and decided, let's give it a whirl. And we did.
I called the cell number that my friend gave me, and she answered immediately. And she came very quickly, within a day or two.
I took her suggestions and took them to heart. Sally and I talked about them, and we made the best decisions. She never pressured us with anything. That's what's so nice and easy about working with Ginny.
We set up an appointment, and she, again, answered every question that I had. She was more helpful in letting me know what I didn't know.
So having somebody for us to go into and talk to, believe me, was a blessing.
Ginny never tried to influence me in any way in terms of a hard sell. Never once did I feel under pressure. I pressured her more to help me than she. She was very non-committal. You know, I'm just giving you the information, and I'm getting the best information I have available. And because I deal with so many companies, I really have all of this available for you. And we made the decision together. But I needed her to help guide me. I didn't, as I said, I didn't know really what to ask her.
Ginny has always presented us with an ultimate knowledge of what she knows about the industry. And what's impressive about Ginny and that knowledge is nobody else that we've ever worked with could offer us that.
When Ginny explained the insurance, the different areas that we could go with, she explained them very, very well in terms that even we could understand.
Ginny has been extraordinarily helpful because I went off of a PPO plan and got extensive information. And Ginny was unbelievably knowledgeable about every single program that I possibly could have used. And Ginny recommended the one that was best for me and the least expensive.
Ginny is very easy to talk to. She's humorous. She's happy. She makes things interesting when you're sitting down in front of her across the desk. I really like her as a person and as an insurance agent.
One of the things I also really like about Ginny, and that's another thing, you really should like the person that you're dealing with. And one of the things that I really like about Ginny is the friendly way that we have with each other. You have to be able to feel comfortable with your agent, and you have to be able to feel it's okay to call when you have something going wrong. So that's what I have with Ginny.
Have recommended her to other people?
I do, all the time. I do recommend her all the time.
I would recommend Ginny very highly.
Ginny is one of those people that when you find them, you want the world to know that she's available to them. And that's the point. She's available to them. And certainly I would recommend Ginny to any of my friends. Even some of them that aren't my friends probably could use her help more than some of my friends.